Leafs embark on a long road trip prior to the Four Nations Cup, and it starts with a marquee matchup as the Leafs tangle with the Oilers in Edmonton. Hi, everyone. Joe Bowen along with Jim Ralph. And the Knights of the Knotted Necks tonight are brought to you by Molson. Molson, everyone in. Joseph Woll is 17-10-0 for the Maple Leafs. This is his very first ever start against the Edmonton Oilers. And at the other end of the rink, it is the veteran Stuart Skinner. 19-11-4, 2.66 his goals against average. And he is 2-2-1 lifetime against the Maple Leafs. The Leafs get some good news out of the infirmary. John Tavares and Mr. Nyes, Matthew Nyes, back into the lineup for the Maple Leafs here this evening. So the top six forward group gets some help just in time to see if they can improve on some offense that has dried up.
Yeah, Connor Dewar, I guess, really the only regular before this, keeping Hockenpah and Yarncroc out of the mix. So as close to being healthy as the Leafs have been in a long time.
Leafs to the right and the Oilers to the left, and an errant pass goes down into the Leafs zone, and Wall going to snap it along the glass to try to get it into the corner, and does. Matthews plays it off to the defense, and Tanev gets it out at center. Marner unable to track it down. Puck comes back to the blue line, and the Leafs have it under control back at their own zone. McCabe and Tanev back together as a shutdown pair. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will be teamed with the struggling Mr. Riley. Morgan has really had a difficult time, plus minus this year, as the Oilers get it in over the line. Trying to play it back to the point. Long shot, and seeing that through a maze of legs was Wall, as Nurse let it go, and it will be held for a face-off in the Toronto zone.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson give Klingberg a little shot in the back on the way by. As things get underway, Edmonton with the first shot on goal in this game. Leafs have had pretty good success in the Matthews-Marner era against the Edmonton Oilers.
I'd say they have.
18-4-2 in their careers against Edmonton, including 9-2-1 in Edmonton.
A lot of that was built that 1 year.
That they had
in the Canadian
COVID
division.
year. Yeah.
Draw scrum, but the Oilers control the puck and get a wrist shot into the corner. Trying to work back at the net with it was Kulak. He got it taken away, and now it's played up into the corner. And the Leafs unable to get to it as it is knocked back in there by Corey Perry. Here's McDavid circling out of the corner, drops it back to the point. Looking to get a shot away there was Klingberg, and a stick breaks, and the Leafs are able to break it out. Nylander one-on-one back and over the line. His defenseman falls down. He's in a goal, and the right pad of Skinner just did get a piece of that as Willie broke in around the defense. Brought back by Nurse in over the line. Goes around, centering pass, knocked away by Wall, but it goes back of the net. Draisaitl trying to work his way out. Played it back into the corner. A pass back into the slot area, trying to get a shot away. Klingberg, another rolling puck in front of the net. Comes back to an open side. No, unable to get a shot away. Oilers with it again, back into the slot for McDavid. Fed off on the wing, and it comes off his stick and is carried all the way to center ice. Oilers backpedaling in their own zone with Noah Phillip getting it ahead. Both teams getting a change in. Brown brings it in on the left wing, going to slam it around the boards to the right wing side. Phillip tried to get in on the forecheck but couldn't, and now it's brought back into the far corner and launched high into the center ice area. A giveaway here, and Matthews finds Marner. Marner works it to the near board, centering pass, and it was fanned on there by Benoit. Leafs can't keep it in as it's poked out at center ice and played down into the zone by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Good hit there by Kasperi Kapanen, the former Leaf defenseman, as it's played down into Edmonton territory.
That might be the first hit I've seen from him.
Now that's not nice to say.
Maybe my memory's that right.
Well, could be that. Leafs going to be called for an offside. No, it comes back. They are able to tag up, and the Oilers have it under control in their own zone. 3 minutes played. Another giveaway brought back in by David Camp. Camp taken to the boards efficiently there by Kapanen. The puck down in the far corner for Pontus Holmberg. Thought about coming out in front. Stops up back of the goal. Got it into the corner. And a touch pass went off of Camp's stick, and back come the Oilers with a 3-on-2 rush as they go wide, trying to get it in front of the net. It hits the side of the goal. The puck's still there, and Wall is going to drop his goal stick and grab it with his blocking glove and stop play to bring a face-off in the zone. Willie Nylander, who leads the league in breakaways, I don't think this was one, but it turned into one when he undressed the defenseman.
Yeah, Klingberg gave him a pretty good one-handed whack across the gloves as Nylander cut across the top of the crease.
A couple of good scrambles around the Leaf goal.
I tell you, that McDavid shift against the Domi line might be a matchup Chris Knobloch is going to try to have throughout the night.
Round on the boards, near side for McCabe. Got the puck out into neutral ice, but the Oilers are able to play it back on the wing, and now on the far side is brought in over the line. Left wing side trying to drive the net with a one-hander, and it just went wide. Centering pass deflected off Ryan Nugent Hopkins wide. Pacioretty will get it out at center. Oilers with it again and are able to knife it down into the Toronto zone. Tanev swinging it around the boards. It will escape the center before it's drilled right back in on Wall, and he'll hold on to that as the Oilers have had 3 shots. The Leafs 1 here in the first period. Another turnover. Oilers bring it in with a drive, and that was deflected wide of the net by McCabe. Puck down into the corner, looking for a man in front. It was Draisaitl, but he couldn't come up with it as it comes back to the blue line. Near side for Evan Bouchard, but he can't keep the puck in. And it comes to center ice, and now back in over the line with Nyes chasing after Bouchard. Puck comes up on the wing, and the Oilers will get it out into neutral ice. Bouchard has it knocked away by Matthews. Matthews back in over the line. A drop for Nyes with a pass in front looking for Marner, and it was in behind him. Oilers bring it right back. Bouchard gets it in over the line. Draisaitl, a centering pass, and the one-timer by McDavid was deflected off a body and went wide.
Well,
Ekman Larson chases.
Yeah, I think Ekman Larson might have taken a high stick there that went uncalled.
Bouchard's point shot is blocked. Oilers keep it alive. To the near side for Draisaitl. A shot high and wide of the net, and that's going to carry him off the end boards and come to center ice. Oilers are back in their own zone with Brown. Dropping it back. And as it is shot in, a whistle goes, and apparently an offside at the blue line. 14:33 to go.
You and I were talking about this before we came on the air tonight, but with the salary cap going up in the National Hockey League, it's an interesting matchup goaltending between the Oilers and the Leafs. The Leafs between Stolarz and Wall. Wall's still in his entry-level deal, a little over $3.2 million for the both of them. Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard combined for $3.6 million. For the Edmonton
Not a
Oilers.
very important position, Mr. Ruff.
Oh, I guess not. Do you know that there are 24 goalie contracts where one goalie makes more than the combined tandems of the Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers?
I would think.
That includes Philip Grubauer that got sent down. Carey Price is still on the payroll from the Canadians.
Puck behind the Toronto goal. Pride free. Timmins couldn't get to it. It goes back of the net once more. Kulak trying to get it out in front. Going to the front of the net was Adam Henrique, but the puck never got to him. As it comes back to the blue line, Robertson chases, and then a shot deflects off a stick, and Wall has to make the save, and the Leafs are able to break it out. Up on the left wing for Bobby McMahon. McMahon works down into the left wing corner, being chased there by Emerson. The puck comes free, and Emerson is going to bring it back out into neutral ice. Or he was, and he stopped up at his own blue line. Now the pass comes ahead, but it is Tavares stealing. Back in for Willie. Going in on the backhand. Didn't get it elevated enough. It took the chest of Skinner to make the save. But Nylander's had 2 real good chances and maybe a third. And he scores! Another turnover, and Nylander in the high slot beats the blocker. And the Leafs have the opening goal and the 4th straight 30-goal season for Willie Nylander, the 5th of his career.
And this comes against the McDavid line as well. Nylander brings it into the zone off the rush. And his backhand, as he's coming off the left wing, is stopped by the right shoulder of Stuart Skinner, but the Leafs control. Max Pacioretty goes to the front of the net. But I just think this is a simple wrist shot. It wasn't a bullet. He just kind of lobs it from the high slot with traffic in front. It gets past Skinner on blocker's side to open the scoring for the Leafs.
Skinner gave it that shoulder shrug motion afterwards, which usually indicates the goalie feels, well, it wasn't my fault. Someone was screening me. So.
That was my signature move.
Brought in on the right side. Oilers get it down into the corner.
Looked like Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, exactly. Ed was very good. I liked it. He wasn't much of a goalie. At the point, wrist shot there by Klingberg is swallowed up by Wall. That play is stopped. He had a great shoulder shrug.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did. You know, he was just an entertainment writer. And they stuck him on TV.
Who's Googling that now?
No, I don't know. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Well, the Bowen family is going through some tough times. Little Brody Bowen, who is 4 months old, has been in and out of hospital now 3 times, but is finally had sick kids. And we want to thank all of the folks that are down there on the 7th floor, 7C. He's going through a battery of tests as we try to figure out exactly what's wrong with his breathing and oxygen intake, but we all know that that is the best hospital in the world, and that they'll do everything they can for this little guy. As we get a scramble around the Leaf goal, that is played on. Back to the point it comes. Pass into the slot, intercepted by the Maple Leafs, and they'll get it out at center ice.
Always tough when family members going through health problems, but especially.
Oh, boy. And just a little guy. He's only 4 months old. A penalty coming here to Edmonton. Left wing side for Pontus. Holmberg centering pass, and a one-timer by David Camp was deflected wide. Camp is able to keep it in. Nylander down in around the boards and get into the corner. Got it back to the blue line again. Camp works to the far half boards. Down low, centering pass comes back, and it's going to go all the way down and wide of the Leaf empty net.
I'm sure Morgan Riley's going, great. What next?
What next? Yeah. And now we're going to get an icing call here against Toronto, which won't count because the faceoff is going to be brought into the.
Who knows local rivalries better than Canada's?
Into the Edmonton zone as a result. So Nylander opens the scoring for the Maple Leafs, who now get the first power play opportunity of the hockey game.
And that was Spanish. Holmberg driving in the net, was able to draw the penalty. Pretty good hook put on him. Who was that? It took a Nugent Hopkins was the Oiler that clamped on to Holmberg. So the Leafs will get the first power play of the night and try to extend their lead to 2. Oilers last game out at home against the Red Wings. We're up 2-0 after the first. Ended up losing that in a shootout.
Tavares gets the lone assist on the Nylander goal. Leafs trying to add one here with a power play, and they win the draw. And a wrist shot is snapped over top of the near post there by Matthews. Here's Nylander trying to slide it back to the blue line. Kept alive by Marner to Nylander on the near half boards. Now back to the blue line. Just kept in by Toronto. Played to the side of the net. Nyes couldn't get it. And it's going to be rattled around the boards and set out and down the ice by Edmonton. Marner goes back. He starts up ice, then banks it off the boards to Willie. Nylander through center to the line. Works in on the right side. He got tripped up there as Matthews comes away with it. Could have been a penalty there. On the wing for Matthews. He doesn't shoot it. Steers it back for Marner. Marner looks back into the slot area. Tavares gives it back to him. Marner to Matthews on the far half boards on a shot. Block, rebounded, front backhand scores! Matthew Nyes! Welcome back! The Leafs power play makes it 2-0.
5 forwards on the power play for the Leafs, but Matthew Nyes right to the front of the net. John Tavares assists on the first goal. I think Tavares, Joe, is going to pick up. No, he won't. Would have been the third assist. It was the Matthews shot that got to the net. A rebound off Skinner, and Matthew Nyes kind of kicks the puck from his right skate to his stick and then sweeps it around the left pad of Skinner from the top of the crease to give the Leafs a 2-0 lead. So
Marner's going to get an assist, though.
Yep. Marner and Matthews.
499 9 assists.
And pretty impressive list of guys that have done it a little quicker than Marner. Most of them are Hall of Famers, but the Leafs up 2-0 here, not even at the midway mark of the opening period. So back-to-back games and losses where the Leafs score but a single goal, and they get 2 early on here against the Oilers on just 6 shots on goal. Edmonton's already got 7. So Tavares is back, gets an assist on the first goal by Nylander. Nyes is back. He has a power play goal to make it 2-0.
So the Leafs jump out in front. Marner playing in his 627th game. He will be the quickest to 500 assists. Boreas Salming did it in 775. Daryl Sittler 803, and Matt Sundin 880 games. Still a marvelous bit of work by the magician as the Oilers turn the puck over, and now here's Robertson wheeling through center with a pass in on the left wing for Domi. Domi tries to get it in front. He did as it came back towards the blue line, but it's gobbled up there and brought on by McDavid. McDavid in over the line. His backhand pass was stopped by Robertson. Timmins works into the far corner trying to secure the disc. They bang away at it back of the net. Benoit pushing it up on the boards. A centering pass was off a skate. Oilers with it again. Pretty good elbow thrown there at Benoit, who then took down Draisaitl, and the officials bade the game go on. Leafs play it down into the Oilers zone. Domi unable to get to it. Now brought out by McMahon as he got it into the far corner but couldn't hang on to the disc. And it's brought out at center ice now by Janmark and played to the line and down into Toronto territory.
Right, there's a reverse hit, but it did look like that elbow came up, didn't it?
I'll say it did. Played down into the Edmonton zone. Nurse playing it around the boards for Klingberg. He'll give it back to Darnell Nurse. Nurse plays it off a skip to center, and it is Riley tipping it to the red line, and Tavares right back in again. Willie, well, being adjudicated as being offside, but Tavares and Nylander are questioning the call as we, oh boy, yeah, that was a great elbow by Draisaitl, wasn't it? A break in the action. 2-0 Toronto. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. NHL statistics not working real well, we don't think, tonight, because they have John Tavares scoring the goal and Austin Matthews getting the lone assist. And we think it's Nyes from Matthews and Marner. But that has not been corrected, so the boys out in Edmonton are a little slow tonight, maybe. Puck down in the Toronto zone. Brown getting it back to the point. Played around back of the net again. Trying to come out with it is Podgolzin, but he lost it, and Nylander is out at center ice. Nylander to the line and in, dropping it off for Pacioretty, and another penalty coming to Edmonton. Nylander trying to break in. Took a bit of a high stick, I believe. And so the Oilers are going to be a man short for the second time in the game.
And it is a high stick. Podkolzin going for the Oilers. But again, it's the speed of Willie Nylander. I mean, this was just a conk on the back of the head as Podkolzin tried to go from having a stick on the right side of Nylander to swing it over and to get to the left side, but catches Willie in the back of the noggin, and the Leafs will get their second power play of the game.
Oilers win the face-off, and they're going to send it high off a stick and brought on now on a breakaway chance, and a good save off Nugent-Hopkins by Wall. Great play by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to knock that pass down and carried it in on a breakaway. Nylander in across the line into the right wing side. Trying to drop it back and does to Matthews, who goes to the far half boards. Saucers it back to the blue line. One-timer by Willie Fandon completely. Nyes knocks his man down in the corner. Puck goes back to the net for Matthews. In front of the net for Marner. Didn't shoot it. Willie Fans on another one. Nylander with it again on the near half boards. Knocked into the corner for Tavares. Tavares takes his man to the boards. Nylander's broken his stick and heading to the bench. And the Oilers are going to break it out at center ice. Pass in over the line and a wrist shot blocked by Marner. Out he comes with it. Mitch Marner up on the left wing for Domi. Domi in over the line and stopping up at the half boards. Got it back to Marner. Marner a saucered pass over now for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He gets it down low and a wraparound attempt is jammed at by Pacioretty but stopped. OEL with it again into the slot. Back to the point. Riley now to Domi. Closes, doesn't shoot it. Gives it back to Riley. A shot. Block. Rebound. Backhand. Scores! Rocket McMahon makes it 3-0. Another power play goal.
Second unit chips in. Get the puck to the net, much like the second goal to put the Leafs up 2-0. Throw the puck to the net, and this time it's Bobby McMahon going forehand, backhand on the rebound to tuck it in. But let's not forget the breakaway saved by Joseph Woll off of Nugent Hopkins that kept this game at 2-0 and gave the Leafs the opportunity here. Here's the point shot. I think McMahon, Joe, might have redirected the initial shot from the point and then picked up his own rebound off Skinner.
Rocket McMahon with his 15th of the season, second by way of the power play, and the Leafs have jumped to a 3-0 first period lead. McCabe trying to get it out, running into Bouchard, and the Leafs get it out at center. They got an odd man rush going, but it bogs down, and then a wrist shot is stopped and almost tipped in at the short side there. As Skinner had to make a good right pad save. Draisaitl trying to get around McCabe. Draisaitl centering pass was blocked. Draisaitl bowled over, looking for a penalty that none comes, and the Maple Leafs are going to get it out into neutral ice. Holmberg will chase the defenseman Brett Kulak back behind his goal. 6:20 to go in a wonderful first period for the Maple Leafs thus far. Kulak coming to center. A pass in on the left wing. Oilers get it down into the corner, and a penalty coming to Toronto as Oliver Ekman-Larsson got his stick in the way, and now it is along the boards and tipped out at center ice, and this is a, well, it's 3-0. We'd better make the game close if we can call.
Try to stay away from another press conference in Edmonton.
So the Leafs will go to the penalty kill for the first time in the game, and it's brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home ice advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly made in Ontario, available now at your Ontario Honda dealers. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the penalty box after dumping Zach Hyman. Hyman, Draisaitl, McDavid, Nugent-Hopkins, and Bouchard, and this power play is dynamite. And the Leafs penalty kill needs improving.
Oh boy, it has been a struggle in the last 7. They've killed off just 8 of 16.
Oilers win the faceoff. Bouchard left wing side. Nugent-Hopkins gets it back to him. His wrist shot is blocked away nicely by Wall. Nugent-Hopkins with it again. A centering pass. It was jammed at. Stopped the rebound. Centered in front of the net. And McDavid couldn't get to it. Back to the point to Bouchard. On to McDavid. Cuts to the middle of the ice with a shot that's blocked. The rebound goes to the left wing side. Nugent-Hopkins with it there. Holding. Nugent-Hopkins plays it back to the blue line. And it comes back into the corner now. Hyman in front of the net had to go off his skate as it was centered. Puck back of the net with Tanev battling in there along with Matthews. They have it pinned up against the wall. The puck comes free. The Leafs are going to get to it and just play it out at center. Why they didn't send it a little harder is beyond me. But now here's McDavid bringing it right back in, and he loses the puck as he's taken down by Bouchard, and Wall will stop play. I want to understand what that was all about. Is that Marner?
Yeah, Marner just kind of tried to baby it up the boards, and the Leafs were trying to get a line change in.
Yeah.
Turned right back the other way.
Minute 8 left in the power play. 5:06 in the period. 3-0 Toronto. Ross scrummed. Played back to the point. Kept in. And a one-timer is stopped by Wall. And now it's hammered down the ice by the Leaf penalty killers. Bouchard will go back. They get a lot of production from the back end. That time a bad pass by the back end. And it's going to be an icing call as it comes back into the Toronto zone. 28 goals from Edmonton defenders, which is 5th in the National Hockey League.
And Joe Bouchard, I mean, he is, or Evan Bouchard, he has got an absolute rocket from the point. So you've got the one-timer of Draisaitl on the low right wing side. You got the shot from the point. You got McDavid. You got Hyman in the middle. And Nugent Hopkins has put up some pretty good points, numbers in the power play as well.
Leafs win the draw, but it comes all the way back into the center ice area. And now fed ahead for David Kampf. He'll get it down into the zone against Draisaitl. Rings it around the boards for Nyes. Nyes against the boards trying to keep it in. Gets a bit of a whack at it, and that will kill off about 10 or 15 seconds as finally the Oilers are able to break it out. Here's McDavid wheeling in over the line. Lost the puck on the boards, and down the ice it goes. You think the McDavid family's happy in Newmarket that the game's on at 7 o'clock instead of like 10, 9?
I don't know.
Just wonder. Shot around the boards and into the Toronto zone. Timmins on the end boards. Got it freed up for Pontus Holmberg, but he was bodied off the puck. The penalty is over. Long shot deflects off a body into the far corner. Back to the point. It'll come D to the near side. Trying to get a shot is Klingberg. He didn't. It comes to the line. Just kept in. Now Lorenz can't get to it. Back of the net for Timmins. He had it taken away there by Henrique. Henrique getting it back to the point once more. Klingberg trying to get a shot away, and that was stopped. The big rebound in front of the goal. And the Leafs are going to get control of it and just get it out into the neutral ice and played by Lorenz the rest of the way into Edmonton territory. 3:20 to play in the first period. 3-0 Toronto. Fed back into the Leaf zone. Wall out of the cage to play it into the corner. And it'll get down off a body. No, Nylander didn't touch it. Icing's going to be called. And it'll come back into the Toronto end.
Well, the 3 goals to show for it. Leafs have had a lot more life tonight, haven't they, too? A lot of jump. Even you could say you're a little bit fortunate that you're able to score a couple of goals on rebounds. You're able to draw the penalties off the rush.
Draw one by Toronto. Banked off the boards out at center. Tavares getting in over the line. Couldn't drop it off into the corner. Took to the boards. Nylander back checking on Kulak as the puck comes to center, and it's shot into the Toronto end. Round on the boards to the far side. Nylander comes away with it. A pass ahead looking for his centerman, but couldn't find him. And the puck down now turned over, and now Morgan Rielly keeps it in for Domi. Domi back to Morgan Rielly, a shot, and that went off a leg and went wide. Oilers have been guilty of turning the puck over, and the Leafs have taken advantage of it. If not scoring, it's resulted in a penalty usually, and then
yeah, that's what led to the first goal, wasn't it? There
yes,
were 2 or 3 turnovers by the Oilers in a row, and the Leafs finally cashed in.
Bouchard plays it down into the Toronto zone, but missed on the pass, and an icing call will send the puck and the faceoff back into the Toronto zone. Nylander, Nyes, and McMahon have scored for Toronto.
I'm not sure you could maybe help me with this, that I think it's only the second time this season that the Leafs have had 3 first-period goals. They did it in Detroit right after Christmas. That was a 3-goal game by Mitch Marner.
They have just let's go back to when last time they had 3 goals. Never mind first period. They have struggled offensively here, but the big boys are playing tonight. A shot deflects off his stick. Bouchard trying to center it ahead. Knocked away nicely there by McCabe, who adjusted well and read that pass. Robertson went for a slide in the forecheck and now brought out by Darnell Nurse. Nurse in over the line on the left wing side, trying to get it back into the slot area. Oilers work it back towards the blue line. Near side now for Nurse. Nurse with a shot in traffic, blocked in front by Tanev. He shakes that left hand saying, I'm all right, I'll be fine. And it's back down into Edmonton territory. What a warrior. I love this guy. I really do. He, in my humble estimation at this point, is the most valuable player the Leafs have had this year. Into the corner for Benoit. Knocked his man in against the boards. The puck comes free. The Oilers come away with it. They work it back to the point. Walking the line with it is Klingberg. John Klingberg in with a backhand in front, went wide. Leafs trying to work it out on the boards, and Marner couldn't get it past his man. Now a great chance here on the left wing. Big save by Wall. What a great save by Joseph Wall. And then he comes away and gets onto it. And Corey Perry and Connor Timmins get in a wrestling match down on the ice.
Right away, Connor Timmins grabbed Perry, who is right where you'd expect him to be, which is on top of Joseph Wall. And then Perry rolls over and gives Timmins a couple of shots. But that was a pretty good battle right in front of the Leaf net. But you saw, I mean, Perry kind of went down. And
well, yeah, Perry
Timmins
was still trying to fall on top of the goaltender, and Timmins kind of got his glove on his face and his head and said, no, you're coming this way. And Perry kept trying to fall on Wall, which was kind of an interesting. We're not having that. Minor penalties for roughing.
So we got a couple of might play a little bit of 4-on-4 here,
yep.
Which would mean, I imagine, that McDavid and Draisaitl will stay out on the Edmonton side.
I got a sneaking suspicion Marner and Matthews might be out there too, or Willie. I don't know who is the beneficiary of a 4-on-4 more with these two teams with the power they have in the.
Well, I would say if you're up 3-0.
Yeah, maybe
the
not.
other team.
Yep. Played down into the corner. Marner and Matthews are there, and Marner gets the pass to Matthews, who works his way out with a pass back to Marner. Marner will work to the line and in. Goes along the line and now to the top of the circle. Now tried to center. That was blocked, but he gets it back again to the blue line. Leafs are going to keep it in as it comes to McCabe. McCabe then stick handle his way out at center, and Chris Tanev has to come back to the neutral zone for him to play it up to Marner, and Marner starts away at center. Marner working to the line and in on the right side. Stops up, looks to play it in along the boards and gets it back at the net. 16 seconds left in the period. Oilers will play it out into neutral ice, and Draisaitl has the puck there, but he plays it deeper into Edmonton territory, and racing after it there was Nylander, and now he's trying to pick the pocket of the Oiler defender, who he almost did initially, and the final seconds will tick down.
I think that the Leafs played that brilliantly, that 4-on-4. You get the face-off in your own zone, McDavid and Draisaitl on the ice. And the Leafs almost looked at it like a penalty kill, right? Let's take a 3-0 lead into the dressing room. Held on to it, ragged the puck. No hurry to do anything, and we're able to get out of the period with their 3-0 lead intact. Edmonton does outshoot the Toronto Maple Leafs 14-11 in the first period. What kind of gets lost in all the goal scoring and everything is Joseph Wall made, 3 or 4 brilliant stops, and especially the shorthanded breakaway when it was 2-0. That could have turned that period right around.
So the Leafs on goals from Nylander, Nyes, and McMahon, 2 of them on the power play, have registered a 3-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Lots to talk about for Ailish Forfar and Justin Cuthbert. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Bobby McMahon, Alberta boy, and his parents in attendance to watch him score a goal from Wainwright, Alberta. As right off the bat with the Leafs defending the goal to our left and the Oilers to the right. 4-on-4 here for another 55 seconds.
Now, see what you think of this. There's been complaints in Edmonton. McDavid doesn't draw that many penalties. He's drawn 15 this year. Austin Matthews has drawn 12. With less fewer games. Time. Yep. Hannes Holmberg has drawn 17. Maybe there's something to it.
Pontus Holmberg, dangerous player. Oilers go back into the center ice area after a face-off win. Bouchard stretches things out. Matthews out there, got a piece of a pass, but it is brought on now. Draisaitl in on the left wing, tries to play it back to the blue line, and it's going to squirt out at center ice. Kulak has to go back. Bouchard got it up on the wing. Good play there to take his man out of the play for the Leafs was McCabe on a good defensive play. Draisaitl will pressure, but Marner gets an outlet pass and comes through neutral ice. In across the line, dropping it back for Matthews to Tanev! Oh, and he tried a backdoor pass for Marner, and it was just redirected wide. Brought in over the line by Draisaitl, off from the right wing side, and unable to get it controlled was Klingberg as it goes around back of the net. Tavares knocked it down, but Perry working against the boards, freed it up as it goes into the corner. Looking for Hyman in front of the net, but it comes back to the point. Back at full strength for both teams. Pass on the wing in front of the goal, and unable to get a shot away was Nugent Hopkins. Neither could Hyman. Comes back to the point. Oilers keeping it alive, and the pass was off the skate of Timmins, but the Leafs unable to come up with the loose puck. Riley knocks his man down, forces the puck along the boards for Chris Tanev, and it'll be pushed out at center ice for Nylander. Nylander in across the line, weaves to the left wing side, still has it, top of the circle, lost it in the corner, got it freed up for Pacioretty. Pacioretty back to the point, shot coming, but it doesn't make it through, and the Oilers just get it out into the center ice area. McCabe will go back. Waiting for teammates to change. Oilers are doing likewise. McCabe with a pass to Domi in the neutral zone. Nicely fed off to Robertson! And a backhand is swallowed up by Skinner. But a nifty little play made there by Nick Robertson on a feed from Max Domi.
Yeah, the Leafs have had all kinds of room coming up the middle of the ice, haven't they, in this game tonight? There's another opportunity off the rush. As you said right before that, I know it was still 4-on-4. Chris Tanev off the rush with Matthews and Marner almost set up an opportunity.
You know, one of the things that I miss about not being in the buildings is the fact that I could have not won $1.9 million tonight in the 50-50 drive.
You probably have saved $1.9 million in lottery
exactly. Remember with Paul Hendrick, we always had that little consortium working. Consortium went broke. Here's Domi to the line and in on the left wing. McMahon with a shot. He rang it off the short side post. Comes back along the boards and out at center ice for Edmonton. Launched into the Toronto zone by Brown, but cut off there, and Riley will airmail it high into the neutral zone. Brought in over the line by David Camp. He'll just get it deep into Edmonton territory. 3 minutes played into the second period. Still 3-0 Toronto. Evan Bouchard back of the net. Lots of Leaf jerseys in attendance. And will be on this Western Canada road trip with a stop in Seattle and amongst them. Calgary next, Seattle, and then Vancouver, who have been busy in the trade department the last little while. Played back down into Edmonton territory. Fed around the boards on the left wing side and brought out at center ice by Brett Kulak. He'll get to the Leaf blue line, got around McCabe, tried to get a sharp angle shot away. It was deflected by Benoit wide of the goal. Leafs get it to the line, but not out. Trying to keep a hold on that now. A good battle there as Brown works down into the corner. It comes back into the slot. Trying to get a shot away. Bouchard, that was off a stick and went wide. Oilers trying to get it freed up, and the Leafs trying to...
Well, all right, we're all even.
Benoit was pleading innocence.
Yeah, Benoit had his stick. I mean, we're getting a look at Craig Berube. He doesn't seem overly impressed with this, but Leafs had the first 2 power plays of the game, and Edmonton get back-to-back power plays now here with this one. Taking a look again. Oh, yeah, Skinner puts the clamp on the stick, feels the stick of Benoit between his hands and his body, put the clamp on it, and that's why you had Benoit sort of letting go and saying, hey, look, with outside chance you could call holding the stick there, but for Benoit, you shouldn't have it in the first place in the guy's midsection.
Oilers 0 for 1 on the power play. Knocked into the corner off the stick of Wall. Comes back to the point. Near side now for Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard gives it off on the right side. McDavid looking in front, saucers it back to Bouchard. It'll come over to Nugent Hopkins. Played back to Bouchard. Closing, no, goes to McDavid. Down in for Draisaitl, looking for a pass in front of the goal. Good stick there from Wall, knocked it away from Hyman. Back to the point, McDavid had his pass deflect there by Matthews. Comes back to McDavid on the left wing side. Drop back for Bouchard. McDavid again on the left wing. Centering pass, no shot yet from Nugent Hopkins. McDavid again, centering pass, partially blocked, rebound, knocked out of the air to the line, but not out. Marner can't get to it. Nugent Hopkins with it again. A shot. Glove save. Joseph Woll. And he's going to hold on as the penalty kill is brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home ice advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid. Proudly made in Ontario. Available now at your Ontario Honda dealer. And the first period was brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus, Ontario only. Play responsibly. Visit ConnexOntario.ca.
As talented as the Oilers are, they're now in a stretch where they've scored just 4 power play goals and 20 opportunities. It's still lots of time in this one, and the big boys, they stay out past a minute or a minute 10, don't they? And they'll do that especially here in the second period with a short change.
Face off in the Toronto zone to the left of Joey Woll. Minute 7 to go, and the Leafs lose the face-off, and a shot is kicked away by Woll's left pad. Oilers keeping the puck in. Goes back to the point. Bouchard over on the near side. McDavid works down into the corner. Now around back of the net. Still with it. Works to the far side. Works back across. Still with it to the right wing side. The one-timer stopped by Woll off of Draisaitl. And a high stick making contact with the puck. I think it was Morgan Riley. And so that will stop play. Or was it an Oiler? Both had their sticks up.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was a Leaf that knocked it down. Yeah, Leon Draisaitl does have the one-timer opportunity. And the reason that seam is always open is because of the movement of Connor McDavid. He's always moving and waits till that seam opens up to find Draisaitl at the bottom of the right wing circle.
Timmins was the culprit. Oilers win the draw. McDavid's pass blocked. It's going to roll to the line, but not out. Bouchard got there to keep it in. McDavid a cross-ice pass. Draisaitl fanned on it, and it's poked high in the air, and it's going to be pushed out at center ice. And Knies trying to break on the left wing, but he got caught from behind. Leafs in need of a change of players. Brought back now by McDavid. McDavid in with a shot off the shoulder of Woll again, and the Leafs are going to get it airmailed this time out and down the ice with a dozen seconds left to go in the power play.
With 20 shots already for the Edmonton Oilers. Still 14 minutes to go here in the second.
Nurse sends it down into the Toronto zone. Puck goes around back of the net. Oilers get it back to the point. A shot right. Rebound! And I think, was that Brown? No, it was Skinner who fanned on it right at the side of the net. Oilers' numbers on their arms are very difficult to see. Played around the boards and into the corner it goes. Riley ties his man up. The puck comes free. Bunted along the boards for Lorenz, who brings it back. Now trying to play it around on the near side, and he has Timmins, who has some room and is just going to flip it high to center ice. Pontus Holmberg settled it down, but by the time he settled it, Lorenz was offside on the left wing, and play is called with 13.5 minutes to play in the second period. And the Maple Leafs, on a couple of power play goals and another one by Willie Nylander, have a 3-0 lead. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Our very good friend Mark Curtin sent along a reminder not to miss out on part 2 of the ALS Courage to Fight campaign. The ALS Super Auction, online February 6th to 20th, where you'll have the chance to bid on incredible NHL game time experiences and various other items from all 32 NHL teams. All proceeds in support of the ALS Super Fund, an opportunity to not only grab some unique hockey treasures, but also contribute to a truly important cause. More can be found at alssuperfund.ca for more information. We'll bring you up to date on that as we get closer to the auction time.
What a job he has done, Mark Curtin.
Has he ever? He really has. Oilers moving right to left, get it out into the center ice area. Leafs play it back in on the right side for Nylander. Doesn't shoot it. Curls back towards the blue line. Stops up there. Back in towards the net with a shot. That's gone ramping off a stick up into the screen. And a face-off will come in the Oilers zone. The Leafs scored 3 goals in their last 3 games. They scored 3 goals in the first period here tonight.
A couple of key additions, maybe.
Doesn't hurt. Well, a lot of them are on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Tavares and Knies, to be sure.
And so huge to get the second power play. score a goal as well. Bobby McMahon to make it 3-0, the second power play unit out. Edmonton Oilers come into this game tied with Vegas for top spot in the Pacific Division.
Draw one by Toronto. Tanev sends it in for Marner. Marner will play it around into the corner for Matthews. He stops up back of the goal. Stops up again. Left it for Nyes. Nyes works back along the boards, trying to get it to Matthews again. Puck still free. Marner trying to dig it out. It bounces in front of the goal, and Nyes couldn't get a stick on it. Back to the point to Tanev. Tanev goes over to the left wing side, and now it comes back to Marner. Deflected in front of the goal. And Matthews was knocked down in front of the net. No penalty. Back comes Nugent Hopkins for the Oilers. Off on the right wing side, a shot deflected wide of the Leaf goal. Into the corner for Hyman. He can't come up with it. Domi against the boards, unable to play it as it comes around into the near corner. And getting there with time and space is Morgan Rielly. Rielly will play it high and out into neutral ice off a stick. Oilers try to quickly counter. In across the line on the right side. Draisaitl spun around. Draisaitl then gave the puck away to Marner. He's just going to roll it out at center ice and allow McMahon to get to the puck and get a sharp angle shot away anyway. Oilers back out at center ice. Trying to get in over the line. Broken up at the Leaf defense and played back out into neutral ice. Oilers have to wait for teammates to get onside. Played it in on the left wing. Perry has it go off a stick and back out at center ice, and the Oilers have to go back to regroup. Perry again. He'll shoot it in. Round on the boards far side. Domi fights for it on the far wall. Got some help there from Bobby McMahon. Now Benoit in against the boards as Domi got to it, and he'll outlet, and out comes Robertson to center. Nicky Robertson taking it wide on the right side. Stops up at the top of the circle. Took a shot that went off a leg. It goes to Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg down around back of the net. Camp back to the point. D to D, it goes to the far side. Flipped into the corner, and now Lorenz looks for a man. Back of the net for Camp again. Holmberg gets to it again to help out. Lorenz trying to support over on the far side. Battling in there with Troy Stecker. The puck comes free, and it got past David Camp. And the Oilers are going to be able to get it out at center, and Rielly has to go back for it. Brown chasing him as Rielly plays it back to Timmins, and Timmins will bank it out at center. But a bad pass and a turnover. 2-on-1 going the wrong way. Great play made there by Connor Timmins. And then a save made by Joseph Woll. And he's going to hang on to it.
And was that Steven Lorenz, Joe, that tried to flip it up the ice and it got picked off? And an odd man rush back for the Edmonton Oilers, but Connor Timmins reads it perfectly, sprawls to take away the pass and break it up. But Woll then on the follow-up opportunity still had to come up with a big save.
That was a 3-on-1 going the wrong way, and Timmins sprawled, blocked it with his stick, but lost his stick in the exchange. And then Woll decided he better hang on to the puck and bring a face-off.
And Lorenz had the puck at the center ice and then tried to throw it back to Holmberg.
Nylander starts out of the Toronto zone. Willie through center to the left wing side, stops up at the top of the circles. Backhands in around the net. Bouncing puck comes back, and it's going to be cleared by Edmonton down into Toronto territory, forcing Chris Tanev back. Tanev starts back up ice for Toronto. He'll work to the line and shoot it in. Round the boards it goes into the far corner. Nurse back of the net for Edmonton. Had his pocket picked by Tavares. Centering for Willie. Backhand try. Stopped by Skinner. Bouncing puck in front. Jam play. They're whacking and hacking at it, but no one can get a real good shot at the goal. Cleared back to the point by Tavares. Played off on the wing for Nylander. Back to Tavares on the left wing half boards. John looks in front. Comes back to Timmins on the near side, but a bad pass, and the Oilers are going to get it ahead. Skinner walks in, fakes, trying to wrap around to Captain Benoit. Would have none of it as a centering pass. Woll with another splendid save. Holy mackerel, is he hot tonight?
Boy, that's two off Skinner. Back to back.
Oilers in over the line. Have the puck turned over and knocked out at center ice, but they overskate it. Now they have to wait for teammates, but the Oilers bring it back in over the line. Kapanen, drop pass, shot, blockered away by Woll. 22 shots for Edmonton, 15 for the Leafs, but it's a 3-0 Toronto lead. On the right wing side, drive by Bouchard, scores! Bouchard with that bullet.
1st and 7 for Bouchard. That big shot from the point. He had a lot of time and space to walk in from the right point and just blasted past Joseph Wall. And it's unfortunate the Leafs couldn't reward Wall at the other end because he made some outstanding saves, 2 of them off Jeff Skinner. And what happens here, Connor Timmins sort of gets caught in no man's land and tries to go down and block it, and I think takes the eyes away from Joe Wall. And the Oilers are back in it.
Well, it just made it in off the post and in. The Wall has been outstanding. Kulak and Arvidsson draw the assist as Skinner covers up on a attempted centering pass.
And the Leafs before that, Nylander Tavares had some great opportunities in front of Skinner and was unable to put that past him to make a 4-0 game. So both teams have been able to bounce back, survive something at one end, and cash in at the other.
3-1. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Dennis Hildeby has been named to the AHL All-Star Classic. That'll go on February 2nd to 3rd at the Coachella Valley Firebirds at the Acura Arena in Thousand Palms, California. Ever play there?
No.
I don't think I've ever been there either.
Near Springfield?
Anywhere near Milwaukee. Leafs up 3-1 now. On the goal by Bouchard. And Kulak and Arvidsson have drawn the assist. Tanev brings it in over the line. Bouncing puck to the far side. A wrist shot deflects wide of the net. Pacioretty then overskated the loose puck back of the goal. Couldn't come up with it. Works it back into the corner. He gets upended in the corner. Puck comes up on the wing, and now here's Arvidsson getting it out at center to the line and in. Close play at the blue line there on an outside, but the Oilers press on into the corner. Arvidsson with it on the right wing side. Had it knocked away. Knocked down on the play was Arvidsson as Bouchard got to, or at least Benoit got to him. The puck's back of the Toronto goal, still free as it comes to the near side. The Leafs will outlet, and it's brought out at center ice with a pass deflecting down to the Oiler blue line. The Leafs in need of a change. Trying to get off the ice there was Pacioretty, but he had to come back into the back check and then got spun around as the puck comes to the right wing side, and a shot went high and wide. Rebound cleared to the line, but not out. Leafs in trouble here with a lot tired players. Down into the corner it goes, and now McDavid back to the point. Over on the far side, Bouchard a drive. That was stopped by Wall. Leafs just need to get it out, and they'll get it down the ice as it went off Nylander's stick. But no, I guess it didn't go off his stick. They're going to call icing. And Pacioretty, who's been on for a long time, is going to be back out there.
Well, that might have been offside. Edmonton coming into the zone to start all that as well.
I thought, yep.
We're taking another look at it. Yeah, Corey Perry, though, might have been over the line early, and then Perry made contact with Max Pacioretty. Before that, or shortly after that, Pacioretty had the puck on the right wing boards, tried to funnel it back into the Leaf zone, and a few more opportunities for the Oilers after that.
Pacioretty managed to get off, so I guess the Leafs had an opportunity to make that change before the icing call as it's cleared by Toronto. Now back into Edmonton territory. 6:27 to go in the second period. Leafs nursing a 3-1 lead. Oilers with a centering pass. Sprawling to block that was Chris Tanev. It comes back to the point. Bouchard sends it off. A quick pass back to the blue line again. Down into the right wing corner. Looking for a man in front. Here's Draisaitl getting it into the corner. Comes back out in front. Tipped to the line, but it won't clear. Leafs trying to get to it and keep it out. Now intercepted by Tanev. And Tanev's pass gets away up on the left wing side for Lorenz. Lorenz will take a shot, but it's going off a stick up into the screen and out of play. 5:55 to play in the second period. The Leafs with a 3-1 lead. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. 5:55 to play in the second period.
We've seen another one, don't they?
Be nice.
I mean, you just felt even 3-0 after the first. You're thrilled with it, but you're saying it's the Oilers.
Yep, they can score. Now the Leafs try to keep the puck in, but it's pushed out at center ice, and the Oilers will lay it off the boards and into the far corner. Roaring in there after it was Podgolzin, but he loses it. The Leafs just dump it out at center ice. They'll get a turnover, though, and get it in over the line to Robertson, and the shot went off a stick and went harmlessly wide. McMahon can't keep it in. Works back on the back check, though, to disrupt the rush, and it is dumped down now into the Toronto zone. Morgan Riley playing it off to Connor Timmins. Got it up on the right side. Bouncing puck to the blue line. Battled for there, and Robertson gets it out into neutral ice. Troy Stecher out it ahead. Bad pass is intercepted. Leafs carry back in. Knifed it in by Nyes. Round back of the net. Nyes takes his man to the boards. The puck goes free. Marner had his stick knocked out of his hands. Has to go back to retrieve it. It comes out into neutral ice and now brought in by Matthews. Matthews to Nyes. Off on the boards. A return pass from Matthews was behind him. And the Oilers will play it up on the wing, but out at center ice it comes. Marner chasing his man, but driving the net with a shot, and on the angle, the glove hand of Wall takes that away on a wrist shot taken by Victor Arvidsson.
And the Leafs may need another goal. Well, for the Edmonton Oilers, they've gone 10 straight where they have not given up more than 3 goals in a game. Now they've given up 3 in 6 of the 10. But not since January 9th game at Pittsburgh, where they lost 5-3 to the Penguins, did they give up more than 3 in a game.
Well, in their last 20 games, they're 14-4-2. And once again, they had a bit of a slow start this year, but not quite the way it was a year ago.
Yeah, they lost the first 3 games of the season, but turned it around rather quickly.
Yeah, last year was a
that cost Jay Woodcroft his job.
Memorable one. Oilers turn the puck over. Leafs will backhand down into the zone thanks to Tavares. Into the corner goes Pacioretty. Tavares trying to come out of the corner with it. Played it back in along the boards. Pacioretty sends it around to Morgan Riley. Riley's pass comes right back to him. He goes around back of the net trying to center, and it's gone off a stick but right to the point, kept in there by the Leafs. Bouncing puck for Matthews to keep it alive for Nylander. Back of the goal to Matthews. Matthews swinging out in front with a wrapper onto Temp, and Skinner got his right pad on it. Oilers have sent the puck down into the Toronto zone, but icing has been waved off. Timmins has to get back and bank it out at center ice. And here's Austin Matthews to the line now to Nyes. Nyes back for Matthews, but he never did get his stick on it as it rolls slowly in on Skinner. And he's able to stop play with his glove and bring a face-off in the Edmonton zone. Power move made by Matthews, and the tippy toe of Skinner denies him.
And then just missing on the one-timer opportunity right after that. As some of the superstars have yet to find the back of the net shooting in this game, although Willie Nylander opened the scoring for the Leafs. But nice to see maybe Austin Matthews hammer one home here.
Draw one by the Leafs. Goes D to D with a wrist shot coming to the net. Bouncing puck goes into the corner. Marner unable to get it, and it's poked to center and then quickly shot right back in again by Toronto. Oilers back of the goal. Nurse trying to work out, or at least Kulak getting it up on the left wing for Skinner. Skinner is drilled to the boards there by McCabe, and the Leafs are able to break it out at center. Nyes shooting it into the near corner. Goes in there after it to force it around back of the net. Leafs in the midst of a player change, and the Oilers will take advantage by skating it around back of their goal and organizing back of the net now with Evan Bouchard. He has the Oilers on the board with a second period tally after the Leafs led 3-0 after the first 20 minutes. Bouchard up on the right side, and now Nugent Hopkins will send it into the Leaf end. Played around the boards. Tipped up there by Lorenz. A lead pass looking for David Camp. Didn't connect. Oilers bring it right back in again, courtesy Arvidsson. He has it taken off his stick, and Camp will play it off the boards and down into Edmonton territory, and an icing call is coming here. Peter MacDougall and Tom Chmielewski are the referees this evening. Joe Mahone, who I don't know as I've ever mentioned his name, so I think this might be his first time doing a Leaf game, and Steve Barton, who is a familiar name, one of the other lines. I had to look twice when I saw it. I thought it was Joe Malone. I said, he's a little old to be being a linesman. Draw to the right in the Toronto zone. Pretty good hockey player, though, in his day, I'll tell you. Not that I ever saw him play. Pass into the slot area, comes back to Darnell Nurse. He took a shot that went wide, and the rebound is caromed all the way down into Edmonton territory. Skinner will leave it there for the defense. Brought out now by John Klingberg. Klingberg hits the line on the right wing side. Going wide and sent it around back of the net. Cut off by Chris Tanev. Tanev gets it ahead, and it's out into the center ice area as the Leaf player got knocked down and tripped. Tavares was hauled down by Hyman, and the DNA evidence is the stick lying on the ice. Wow. Here the Oilers back in. Draisaitl with a shot. Blockered away by Wall. Comes back into the slot for Nurse. Nurse down the boards, leaving it there. Back to the far point. Oilers with it again, trying to cycle the puck around the boards. Cut off there by Tanev. Tanev taken to the boards. The centering pass. Stopped by Wall again. It's down around back of the net. Chopped around the boards to Nylander. Nylander overskated it and gave it away. The puck comes back again. Willie had a chance to make a play and didn't. Shot from the slot area is deflected wide. Leafs under pressure here. Bouchard at the point. Dishes off on the right wing side. McDavid down into the corner. Trying to get it free. Knocked away by McCabe. He tries to get it out. The Leafs do finally get it to center. And the Oilers will have to clear, but the Leafs are not going to get a player exchanged here because it's still in the neutral zone. Brought in over the line. Oilers work down on the left wing side. Kapanen dropped it back. A shot. Kicked away by Wall. That's save number 30 for the Leaf goaltender. Puck along the boards on the near side. Centered over on the left wing side. A pass back in front. Still free. Another shot blocked by another diving play. Leafs all over the place blocking shots. Icing here with 29.6 seconds left.
Playing for Edmonton, they have dominated. I mean, they've dominated the shots all game, but here now in the second period, the shot 17-5 for the Oilers. And of those 17, what, 5 could have been sure goals?
Oh, boy.
That Wall has been able to take away. They got a pretty good shot block from Tanev, but that actually changed directions.
Broke his stick.
For the puck on the way to the net, and Joseph Wall was lucky to get his right pad on it.
Face off in the circle to the right of the Leaf goal. Draw is won by Toronto. Tavares around back of the net. Got it up on the wing, and the Leafs are going to get it out again, but it's going to be another icing. So the same group has to remain out there. 18.2 seconds left in the period. And Johnny Toronto will be entrusted with taking another important face-off in the Toronto end of the rink.
Leafs have won 59% of the face-offs so far in this game. Tavares has won 7 of 11. But a huge one here.
Draisaitl won it. Comes back to the point. Kulak dishes off on the right wing side. Sent in by Bouchard. Too far. Comes back into the slot. Bouchard with it again at the right point. A shot. That deflected wide of the goal. 6 seconds left in the period. Another try. Blocked. Bouchard. Another shot. Blocked there by Robertson. And that will end the period.
Robertson and Bouchard taking hacks at each other at the end of the period. Boy, Robertson took a pretty good right to the chops. I don't know if we're going to get anything out of this. Good thing is Leafs still holding on to a multi-goal lead, but 3-0 has shrunk to 3-1. But we are even in power plays, which would have been a concern, I think, going into the third.
32 shots for the Edmonton Oilers, 17 for the Maple Leafs, who get just 6 in the second period. And the goal is Evan Bouchard's from Kulak and Arvidsson after Nylander from Tavares, Nyes from Matthews and Marner, and McMahon from Riley and Domi opened the scoring for Toronto.
And it's I know Craig Berube is going to say the same thing. We've got to get back to what we did in the first period. Push the pace at the other end of the rink You expected the pushback from the Oilers. You saw it, but the Leafs have got to have the mentality. We don't have to do anything stupid as far as taking chances, but let's play to get one more.
So it is a 3-1 Toronto lead. We'll ship it off to Eilish Forfar and Justin Cuthbert as the Leafs lead 3-1. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Leafs have a 3-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers and need a solid third period just to keep pace in their division.
Yeah, 4 points up on the Ottawa Senators, but Ottawa beating Minnesota tonight 3-0. And even in games played, the Leafs do have 2 games in hand on the Florida Panthers, 3 back of Florida, who are winners this afternoon over Chicago.
Boston winning over the New York Rangers.
Those head-to-head games, Leafs and Ottawa. Ottawa 2-0. There's a couple of 4-point swings.
Leafs to the right and the Oilers to the left. Played down into the Toronto zone. Rung around the wall. It'll come free. And out on the wing it comes to McCabe. Got it ahead for Nyes. Nyes to Matthews to Marner. Marner closing in. A goal! Scores! Right off the hop. 18 seconds into the third period. The 3-goal lead is restored.
We said earlier the Leafs have had all kinds of room coming through the neutral zone. And they do it again off the rush. Nice passing play. Nyes gets the line in the left wing side. Disses it to Matthews. Matthews quickly drops it to Marner, who's got a lane to the net as he makes a little move around Zach Hyman and then goes forehand, backhand, and I think just puts it over the right pad of Skinner. They give the Leafs the 4-1 lead 18 seconds into the third period. As Eilish said, the Leafs 20-0 and leading after 2. The Oilers 4-11 when trailing after 2. Edmonton had 47 shots in their 3-2 shootout loss to Detroit 2 nights ago.
16th goal of the season for Marner, and with the assist in the first period, he now has 70 points. And the Leafs get a huge goal here to start the third period, as it's cleared down the ice and an icing call coming here against the Edmonton Oilers.
I don't know that, whether you say it's the defending of the Edmonton Oilers or the speed of the Leafs in this game, but they've really had a lot of speed coming through the neutral zone.
Matthews makes a nice little drop pass, and almost a turnaround is fair play. Give you a nice little drop pass, and Marner's the one who finishes instead of Matthews.
For Marner, that's just his 3rd goal in the last 16 games since he had the 3-goal game in Detroit. That's only 3 now in 16. Obviously a big setup man to get the points that you just talked about, the 70 points on the season.
Marner leads the team with averaging 21 minutes 31 seconds of ice time. He's one of 2 forwards to lead their teams in ice time, and Jack Hughes in New Jersey is the other. But penalty killing, power play, extra shifts, it adds up. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is not on the bench, and so the Leafs are going with 5D here. Turnover again, and Bobby McMahon able to get it in over the line, but was upended and knocked into the boards, and the Oilers will get it to center and in over the line now for Perry. Perry gets it into the slot, and a shot that was kicked away nicely by Wall. Back it comes to the left point. Oilers keeping it alive. Hyman trying to work in front of the net. The pass comes into the slot. A Nurse shot deflected wide. One of the Leafs has lost or broken his stick. He gets one in return, and the Leafs come away with the loose puck, and now Domi is able to skate it out slowly to center and get to the red line and launch it into the Oilers zone.
I think it was Nick Robertson that broke his stick.
Marner from Matthews and Nyes. So the walking wounded back in the lineup have had a big part in this 4-1 lead, as Tavares has also drawn an assist in the game. Back of the net for Benoit. Got it up on the wing to the far side. Leafs can't get it out. It comes back around behind the Leaf goal to the near corner. Feathered back of the goal then by the Oilers. They try to swing it around back of the net. Centering pass in front for Adam Henrique went astray, and Nylander starts back the other way. Nylander works it in over the line. Flips it into the left wing corner and around back of the net, but out of the reach of Max Pacioretty. Oilers will play it out at center ice. Leafs regrouping it now with Morgan Riley. He'll come to center with a pass to Matthews. Matthews across the line. Off a stick, he gets it back again, but can't find a Leaf player to pass it to. Nyes helps him out to kind of get things out, but it's poked out at center ice, and the Maple Leafs have to go back for it. They'll play it again in for Nyes. Nyes had it knocked off his stick. Oilers trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. And it will be the Leafs trying to come away with the loose puck, and they do as Marner gets it back into his own zone. Defense regroups. Tanev with a pass ahead off the stick of David Camp into Oiler territory. Bouchard starting back up for Edmonton. Launched high into the near corner. McCabe reverses the puck nicely. Now Camp running out of real estate around back of the net. Got knocked down on the play as it comes back to the blue line. Good hard fought battle on the far boards. Gets it out into the neutral zone from Steven Lorenz. Oilers coming back. I think that's probably the Leaf fans chanting in the background. Now Oilers in across the line on the right wing side. Arvidsson dropping it back. Long shot with no traffic in front off the stick of Brett Kulak is an easy catch for Joseph Woll. 35 shots on goal now for Edmonton, and the Maple Leafs have a 4-1 lead. They'll play in Calgary Tuesday night. We'll have that action for you starting at 9 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock as far as the Central Time Zone is concerned, which is what Connor McDavid was a little annoyed about, that Toronto comes out and changes all of the times. And, you know.
I think it was just a little shot.
It's time to take a look at your paycheck and wonder how many viewers are watching and listening.
Well, we were talking about it in Vancouver. They complained about it.
Yep.
We were saying we'd love 4 o'clock games.
I know.
Here, wouldn't
Giddy up. Give me a couple of 4 o'clock games at home. Oilers start back up on the right wing. Got it in across the line. Played by McDavid around back of the net. Tanev had to go off the stick. It goes into the corner. Draisaitl trying to find McDavid into the near corner. Comes back to the point. Oilers winding it up and sending it off a stick wide. Tanev can't get it. It's cleared off the glass, and it's going to come all the way back down into Edmonton territory.
By the way, the Leafs PR have finally tweeted out that Ekman Larsson will not return tonight.
All right.
And it's lower body, I believe.
Just when you think that the infirmary is starting to show signs of emptying, someone else goes in. Turnover in the Toronto zone. Leafs play it to the line and out. Oilers will regroup it back at their own blue line. Kapanen skating back. Number of former Leafs on the Oilers team. Kapanen, Brown, now Klingman, Hyman. Played down into the Toronto zone. Leafs get it ahead for Matthews. Pass off the skate. Nicely taken by Marner. Flips to an open wing. Works on the boards. Double teamed over there, but played it in a little deeper. Oilers send it around on the wall, but McCabe is there to pinch to play it in deeper. Kapanen having to turn to get away. And Kasperi Kapanen gets it ahead, and the Oilers will get to center and shoot it in. Around the boards far side, Tanev ran into a traffic jam, knocked it back at the net. Leafs trying to get it freed up for McCabe. McCabe double teamed by Skinner, and now the puck does come free, but now knocked by Skinner back at the net. Leafs come away with it, and Domi needs to get it up on the boards, but can't get it past as Robertson is feeling the effects of maybe a high stick, as he's hunched over after Woll stops play by gloving it at the side of the net.
I don't know whether it was a slash or what it was with Robertson over on the far boards. But as usual, you talk about getting healthy, and all of a sudden you're down a man again. And that's especially when it's going here. Now Skinner and Jake McCabe going at it right in front of the Leaf net.
Well, if you expected a rematch because of the Darnell Nurse hit with Ryan Reeves, Reeves is not in the lineup tonight.
And they have fought before when Reeves was in Pittsburgh. The two did fight. I don't know. Do we have penalties or anything going on here?
Doesn't look like.
Like Jeff Skinner was being told by the referee to get to the bench. He was pointing to get him out of the zone.
Face-off is scrummed. The Leafs are able to get it freed up. And Pontus Holmberg can't get it out, but now it deflects to center ice. And Lorenz will knock it the rest of the way down into Edmonton territory. Swept around the boards by Kulak. Played out into the center ice area, and Edmonton trying to break in on the left wing. Going hard to the net with a shot, and that was scores! It went off the pad of Wall and deflects into the goal, and Zach Hyman has the Edmonton Oilers back within 2.
That may have actually gone in off Morgan Riley, Joe, who had his man going to the net. As Oilers score off the rush here. David Kampf kind of loses his man, Nugent Hopkins, going to the net. Does this go off Riley, or does Wall just get a piece of this?
Can't see it.
You see where Riley sort of did a flyby with his man. No, I guess they're gone and out of the play by then. So Zach Hyman has the Edmonton Oilers back to within 1.
6:04 the time of the goal. 18th goal of the season for Hyman, who had a breakout season a year ago.
Yeah, actually, then the start of this year did not score in the first 10 games of the season.
Nyes gets it back in over the line. Matthews trying to kick it in a little further. Oilers are able to get it out into neutral ice, and Nylander is there as the Leafs get it back to Chris Tanev and drop for Willie. Nylander, left wing side, bad pass, but able to tip it to the zone. But the Oilers are bringing it right back in over the line. Flipped into the right wing corner. Down in around back of the net now is Janmark. Janmark trying to get it back to the point, and a shot that deflected wide of the Leaf goal. Janmark with it again. Cycles it down into the corner, and McCabe able to play it free, and now Tavares gets it to Timmins, who is nailed at the blue line. Now Nylander fighting to try and get the puck out, but Bouchard did a great job of getting him turned around. Now a sharp angle shot taken by Podgolzin was deflected wide of the goal by Wall. Oilers revitalized with that goal, and a centering pass that went over top of the net. Pressing again along the boards. Klingberg keeping it in. Nurse at the left point. Plays it in along the boards. Draisaitl back into the corner. Cut off there by Matthews. And Matthews will find Jake McCabe, who's going to skate the center ice, but not get to the red line and play it in off a stick, apparently. So there's no icing. Draisaitl. Left wing feed. Oilers in over the line with 12:22 to go in the third. Shot from the point blocked. Leafs will just play it off the boards to center. Got the crowd back into it. Leafs have blocked 17 shots here tonight. Cross the line for McDavid. Knocked into the slot area. Knocked down on the play was Nyes, but he can't clear. Oilers keep it alive on the near boards. McDavid coming off the wall, goes around back of the net. Played it into the corner. Back to the point to Bouchard. Bouchard with a wrist shot that's wide. The rebound. Stopped by Wall and gloved at the side of the net, as McDavid tried to bank it in off of him from behind the goal line.
And Mitch Marner, some words to the official. I'm not sure what that was about, but boy, Joseph Wall again through a screen. Able to make a couple of more big stops and keep this Leaf team up by 2, but they're holding on here in the third period.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan on the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Leafs 4, the Oilers 2. 11:47 left to play in the third period. And the Leafs being badly outshot 40-19. And Joseph Wall has been outstanding. Marner clears it down into the Oilers zone. Got the puck free, got it in front of the net, but it was just out of the reach of Matthew Nyes.
26-7 the shots since the end of the first period favoring the Oilers.
Oilers through center ice. Shoot it into the Toronto zone. Down the boards, Draisaitl couldn't get it, then almost stole it. And has it in the corner, but Marner gets it freed and now plays it off the glass and out and down the ice, and this is rolling on goal, so there will be no icing. Leaf fans giving Stuart Skinner a little of the business. Laid down into the zone. Or maybe some Oiler fans giving him the business. Who knows? Puck along the boards, brought out now by the Oilers, who centered in front of the goal. A shot. That's blocked. Rebound still free, though. Skinner with a shot. That goes off a stick and into the near corner. Leafs don't get it out. Domi trying to check his man and takes the puck away from him. Got it freed up on the wing for McMahon. And Bobby McMahon trying to work it free. Got it through center ice and in over the line for Nick Robertson. Robertson cycles it back to the point and drive. And a one-timer by Domi was wide of the net. I don't think Skinner got a piece of that, but I might be wrong. Robertson getting a little feisty there with one of the Oilers as his stick got knocked out of his hands. And no call. Puck at the blue line. Nylander kept it in. Tavares against the boards trying to free it up. Still free in his skates. Kick free. Oilers with the puck now. They'll organize in their own zone and send a long alley-oop down the ice. And that's icing. With 9:57 to play in the third period, it'll come back into the Edmonton zone.
Well, the talk of the salary cap going up. Leon Draisaitl's in the final year of an 8-year, $8.5 million deal. And his raise gets him to $14 million next season, which at this point will make him the highest paid player in the NHL.
Skinner and Robertson were the two who were jousting at the blue line. Draw to the right of Skinner. Tavares going to be waved out. Nylander will take the face off. Oh, no. Tavares just gets the warning. All right. And the draw won by the Oilers. Brought forward by Troy Stecher, who gets it to the Leaf blue line and in. Leafs with it off a skate. Leafs come away with it on the left wing, and down the boards comes Max Pacioretty. He just did get it to the Edmonton zone, but was ridden off the disc. Oilers bring it back at center, left wing side, shooting it around the boards. Chopped at, Pacioretty back there, playing it off the glass and into neutral ice. Nylander pressures, but won't get there in time. Then almost a turnover, but the Oilers have it under control in their own zone. Leafs 4, Edmonton 2, third period. 9:19 left to play in it. Lorenz gets it up ahead for Pontus Holmberg. He'll go wide. Works down into the left wing corner. Stops it up. Leaf centerman dragging it along the boards, trying to get it back for David Kampf. Kampf up against the wall, has it pinned there. The puck finally does come free, and the Oilers are the ones who come away with it. Played back of the net. Bouchard. A pass up the middle. Brought on by Draisaitl. Onto the left wing side, and Tanev has his man McDavid marked. McDavid with a pass in front, and it was deflected wide of the goal. Bouchard keeping it in. Big line out here for Edmonton. Draisaitl into the left wing side, and a shot. That's wide of the goal. Played back to the blue line once more. McDavid coming out of the corner, trying to get a shot away, and they score! Corey Perry. It was not McDavid, it was Perry coming out. And his wrist shot beats Wall, and it's a one-goal game.
As good as Wall has been, the 2 goals here in the third period have both been blockers side. And the one from Perry, traffic in front, but this is almost similar to Nylander's goal, isn't it? I mean, it's just the wrist shot from inside the line. There was traffic in front, and everybody got out of the way at the same time, including Jake McCabe.
Yeah, went off his chest. So the Oilers are right back in this thing, down a goal. Perry with his second goal of the season.
The first one on a breakaway a couple of games ago.
Shot on the short side is swallowed up there by Skinner. And the Leafs have got to start getting some offense going here and play down in the other end of the rink.
And the other side is you're down to 5D since the end of the first period. So that's a lot of wear and tear on the 5 guys in the blue line trying to defend for the better part of 2.5 periods.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Can't read my own writing. That was Corey Perry's 10th goal of the season, not his second. Looked like a 1, but it was a 9. So it is a 1-goal game as a shot from Riley is stopped and held by Skinner. And 8:04 to play. There's lots of time here.
28-10 shots for the Oilers in the last period and a half.
Face off in the Oilers zone. Matthews taking the draw. Lots of movement. And the draw won by the Oilers. They have dominated the face-off area, especially in the offensive zone. Played back to the blue line. Delayed. Nope. Thought it was a delayed offside, but it's not. Leafs with it in their own zone. Get it ahead. And here's Tavares hitting the line on the left wing side. Tavares is going to swing it around the boards to the far side to Nylander, who returns the favor. Won't reach Tavares, who gets into the corner after it. And now the Oilers play it back into the defense, and they'll start out. A rink-wide pass up on the right side now for Emberson. Ty Emberson gets in along the boards trying to get back of the net. It comes up on the wing, cut off by Tavares in the Leaf zone, and it'll be Pacioretty with skating room, and he comes to center ice, drops it off for Morgan Riley, who has his pocket picked, and now the Oilers have an odd man rush with a non-defenseman back, and a shot is kicked away by Wall. Rebound on the near side. Puck against the boards. Matthews comes out of his own end with it. Austin Matthews wheeling in on the right side. Stops it up, got a shot away, and it's gloved by Skinner. He is going to try to play on, but has to hang on to it with Matthews closing on him. And will bring a face-off in the Oilers zone.
Well, that's the way it's gone for Morgan Riley, hasn't it? Jumps up into the plate, tries to create some offense, but Connor Brown with the stick lift. And then back the other way, and then almost goes, looks like it almost ticks off the stick of Jake McCabe before it got to Joseph Wall, and Wall was able to kick it out with the left pad.
43rd shot on goal for Edmonton. They play it off the boards and out into the center ice area. Benoit got it ahead. Robertson couldn't get it into the zone. Does on the second effort, but it rolled in on goal as one of the Oiler defensemen almost misplayed that into his own net. Back of the goal now for Domi. Looking in front of the goal, trying to find Robertson, but it was knocked away. Wouldn't that have been a dandy little effort? Oilers through center. And it is shot down by Nurse into the Toronto end. Puck along the near boards. Cleared into the corner by Skinner. Markham native goes to the front of the net as the puck comes back along the boards. Back to the point for Bouchard. Closing. Shot blocked. And it's going to come out at center ice as the Leafs were unable to take advantage of the shot block. And hopping to the bench is Robertson. Is that an injury or a skate?
No, it looked like the blades were there.
Played down into the corner. Around the wall, it'll go to the far side. Marner in the offensive zone to Matthews, coming out with a shot that was blocked. Marner goes around back of the goal. Fed it off for McCabe. He wasn't expecting it. Matthews with a shot that is easily blockered into the corner by Skinner. Oilers with it again. Played ahead by Corey Perry. In on the left wing is played around the boards. Draisaitl won't get to it as McCabe cuts it off. Played it back in along the far side, but not out. Oilers keep it alive. McDavid got it back to the point. Looks for a return pass. Cut off there by Matthews. Matthews does a nice job of lifting the stick, and the Leafs get a breakout now with McCabe coming to center. He has to wait for teammates to change and just sends it in on that far side. And it is Camp getting there first for Toronto. Lorenz hovering around at the side of the goal. He has Pontus Holmberg in front, but can't get him the puck. Oilers bring it back, but it's turned over at the blue line. Lorenz doesn't shoot it. Carries down the boards. Now works back towards the blue line. Stops up there. Sends it back to the net for Camp. Camp with it in the far corner now. Back to the point. Sent right back in behind the goal for Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg along with Lorenz trying to work the boards here in the offensive zone and work the clock. Played back behind the net again. David Camp is there. Good shift here by this line. Riley at the point. Sends it back from whence it came into the far corner and around the boards. And the Leafs are changing. Hyman won't get to it as Riley is able to play it back at center. 4:10 to go, but a great shift.
By the fourth line, yeah, everything deep. Don't have a play. Back around the boards and go get it.
Played up for Tavares a little bit too far. Played back in over the line by the Oilers. Draisaitl gets an additional assist on that last goal. Puck comes back to the point. Oilers will keep it in. Fed around the boards and in back of the net. Trying to get to it, they do. Draisaitl coming out of the corner with it, gets it back to the point. Bouchard doesn't shoot it. Now he does, and it's off the mark wide. Leafs with it again on the near side and cleared to the line and out. Nylander has a 2-on-1 break. Nylander in on the right side. A pad save by Skinner. Oh, that's a big one there for the Edmonton goalkeeper with 3:22 to go. Toronto 4, Edmonton 3. Both teams scoring here in the third. Leafs took a 4-1 lead, but Hyman and Perry have scored for Edmonton. Played back to the net and chipped along the wall. It'll be bounced there as Bouchard took a bit of an elbow. Shot was stopped. Cleared into the corner by Nyes. Back of the net now for Edmonton. Oilers trying to play it around the boards, and it'll come back to the point. Bouchard with a wrist shot in traffic block, and the Leafs get free of it, and it's chipped out at center ice for Nyes, but he can't make contact. Leafs changing, but the Oilers bring it back in. Skinner shot it off the pad of Wall, and it went wide. Good play by Tavares to break it up. He'll get it out at center for Nyes, who sends it down into Edmonton territory. Icing waved off despite Skinner's protestations. 2:25 to go. Oilers coming through center. McDavid with speed. Plays it off on the left wing. Leafs go to it, and a centering pass. That was deflected off Draisaitl's stick. Back along the boards. The net is empty with an extra attacker on now for Edmonton. Back to the blue line it comes. Klingberg on the left wing side. Centering! Scores! Draisaitl off to the side has tied the game.
Pair of 3-goal leads have disappeared here as the Oilers 3 straight in the third period. And you probably could have guessed where Leon Draisaitl was going to be. And that's where they found him. And like you said, big save by Skinner off Nylander moments before that. And then the Oilers come back. It is amazing how they find that seam.
37th of the season. McDavid found him across, and he just did get it past the post and the shoulder of Wall to score the tie of the game.
Shot number 45, and I believe the Leafs have called a timeout here. Do you agree with this? I find it a little odd. Now you're going to get the crowd into it even more.
Only thing I could think of is, and I don't remember anything that would be a video review to give them a little extra time to look at something, but
no, can't see the Leaf bench.
No, they're not showing it. They're showing the crowd and Oilers' reaction to it.
Maybe there is an offside. Was Klingberg offside coming into the line?
Challenge that the play was offside.
Right there, yes.
Sean Klingberg on the right wing boards.
Yes, he is. Well done, lads. Well done.
Well, Jordan Bean and Sam Kim. This is a huge play, but it looked like John Klingberg on the right wing side was 4 to 6 inches.
But this is a gamble too, because otherwise you're a man short, right?
Yeah, but I think this.
I do too. I think this is offside. They are 3 for 3 this year.
Well, and that's obviously why they call the timeout, to give them that extra time to look at it.
And yeah. Klingberg right on the board, and the linesman wouldn't have seen it because he was standing right there. Oh, yeah, he's definitely offside. Definitely offside.
And little thrill.
McDavid makes the extra move.
And little thrill the Oilers even further. Oh, this won't be reviewed in Toronto. This will be the officials there.
The other thing is Klingberg has his foot up. His foot is not on the ice. His left foot.
But it's the plane, right?
Yeah.
It's still inside the blue line.
Well, they're taking their time at this. But,
I mean, this is as crucial as it gets for a challenge, doesn't it?
Yes, it is.
2:04 to go.
Yep.
And if they deemed that the play was onside, then the Oilers would have a power play for the remainder of the game.
And here's the decision.
After coach's challenge video review, it was determined that the play was offside. We have no doubt.
All right, the Leafs dodge a major bullet. Now, you remember the game that the Leafs played against Edmonton earlier in the season. Oilers took a 2-1 lead into the third period. The Leafs scored 2 quick ones to go up 3-2. Draisaitl tied it with the goalie on the bench late before Mitch Marner won it in overtime.
You know what? That's a great job done by the video review guys.
Jordan Bean and Sam Kim.
Sam Kim and Jordan. Absolutely. They're 4 for 4 now in that department.
Oh, boy, none bigger than
than
this.
that. Nope.
Yep. But Connor McDavid just made that extra move at the blue line. And Klingberg couldn't hold up enough. And can the Leafs turn this to an advantage?
Face-off is outside the Toronto blue line. We cannot see the Edmonton goal, so we're assuming the goaltender is back in the net, and he is, as it's played down into the Edmonton zone. Nyes scoops it around to the far side to Marner. Back for Nyes. Nyes around back of the net to Marner, trying to center. That was blocked. Nyes gets it again, plays it back towards the point, but it is cut off. And now the Oilers with McDavid driving. Ow! Great play by McCabe to take him wide, and the save made by Wall, but now extra attacker on for Edmonton. Picked around back of the net. Someone's lost a stick in the fray as it's cleared out and down the ice. That hit the skate of McDavid. I guess it was McDavid who's back there without a stick. I thought for a minute there might have been an extra body out there.
Might have been Corey Perry too, Joe.
Minute and a half to go. And across the line, the Oilers play it back. Leafs get it to the line, but not out. Perry keeping it in. Played along the boards, broken up by the Leafs and Nylander. He's just going to chip it out. Tavares at center ice. Fakes the shot. Gets it to the line. Left wing side, Pacioretty. They don't shoot it at the empty net. Round on the boards to the far side. Perry getting it ahead. Draisaitl in on the left wing. Hyman going to the front. The shot goes over top of the goal. Kept alive by Perry on the far side. Benoit ties his man up. Tavares couldn't get it out. Kept in at the point by Bouchard. Left wing side with 50 seconds left. Bouchard holding. Leafs had a chance to go for the empty net and didn't take it. Bouchard, right wing side, a shot blocked. Rebound, stop. Goes through the crease to the far side to McDavid. McDavid back to the point. Bouchard holds. Wrist shot, gloved by Wall. 32.2 seconds to go. And Edmonton will likely take a timeout here.
Leafs really should have capitalized on the empty net. He had Tavares, Pacioretty was open. Tavares sort of stutter-stepped, waited, and then by the time he gave it to Pacioretty, Pacioretty had pulled up and couldn't get to it on the left wing side.
Ooh, one shot off the goalpost. I did not realize that. Bouchard's drive.
Over the right shoulder of Wall and off the post, so a huge face-off coming here.
What a play McCabe made
on McDavid.
McDavid.
McDavid doesn't like it.
Oh, sorry.
giving it to the official.
32.7 seconds to go in the third period. Face-off will be in the Toronto zone. Timeout called by Edmonton.
Leafs had a substantial lead earlier in the game in face-offs, but now it's just 52% of the face-offs they've won. I would imagine is Tavares or Kemp.
Or Matthews. Or Matthews. Wait and see. We can't. We haven't seen the
You know who we're
Getting a
getting?
full
The
shot
Oilers.
of Joseph Wall here and Zach Hyman up close, and it will be Matthews who will take the draw. And the draw scrummed. Puck rolls back at the net. Leafs get it into the corner, but can't get it out. It comes back to the point. Bouchard to the left wing side. Working in, it comes back to Bouchard. Bouchard to the near side. Draisaitl holds, looking, doesn't shoot it. When he did, it was stopped by Wall. The rebound, knocked wide of the goal with 15 seconds left. It's jammed up against the end boards by Matthews. He's still holding it, and it's knocked free. The puck comes back to the point. A whistling drive goes high over top of the goal. 5 seconds left. Centering pass. Draisaitl knocked down. Another shot. Stopped by Wall. Another shot. He stopped that too. Holy mackerel! The last shot of the game is a dive across the net. Stopped by Joseph Wall. Unbelievable! What a save!
44.
I don't know if there was enough time for that to go in. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's put it this way. 44 saves. Numbers 43 and 44 might have been the best. And certainly the most timely as the Leafs win a video review to keep it from being 4-4. The Oilers all over. Bouchard hits the crossbar. This goes through the crease. Wall right at the end. Dives out. Stops the blast from the point. And then the rebound goes onto the stick of Corey Perry.
I would have been close. But what a save.
You had 10 of in behind Wall sprawled across the goal line. But Joseph Wall stops 44 of 47. So back-to-back nights, the Oilers 47 shots on goal and find themselves on the losing end. But a great start by the Leafs and then a lot of holding on for the last 40 minutes. But they take away a 4-3 win, second win against the Oilers this season.
3 stars are brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealer. Get home ice advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid. Proudly made in Ontario, available now at your Ontario Honda dealers. If you don't pick Joseph Wall as the first star, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah, well,
with this. I have this jug over here with water in it. It's coming right at your head.
Well, you think I wouldn't? I'm still going to pick Leon Draisaitl, star number 3. I know the goal was called back. I thought he was a force every time he was on the ice. Star number 2, I'm going to go Matthew Nyes. Had a goal and an assist on the night. Really shows the importance at both ends of the ice for Matthew Nyes, but what he does at that line with Marner and Matthews. And first star, Corey. Well, I'll go Joseph Wall.
You almost wore this.
Yes, yeah, 44 saves on the night for the Leafs. And it was 2 weeks ago that it started where he looked like the guy that won those 2 playoff games against Boston last year. It was a win over Montreal. He gave up 3 in the first period in that game. And the Leafs should have been down 6 or 7. They come back to win it. His last 2 games were losses, but he only gave up 2 goals in each of them. Joseph Wall, easily the most important person on the ice for either team.
Anthony Stolarz is on the trip and is getting very, very close. I would not be surprised if he played in Calgary on Tuesday night, but I think more likely it might be in Seattle, but we'll wait and see. But if they get these 2 guys playing the way they were when they were the tandem at the start of the season, we're going to see a lot more of this.
Got to make sure Joseph Wall's off intravenous by Tuesday, because I think he lost a few pounds in this one.
I would agree. So we will invite you to join us on Tuesday night. 9 o'clock start time as the Leafs tangle with the Flames in Calgary after an exciting 4-3 victory. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should make star number 1.5 the video guys.
Yeah, Jordan Bean and Sam Kim get honorable mention, and
yeah, they do.
Big thanks from the coaching staff.
4 for 4 on video challenges this year, and the Leafs win a huge one as the tying goal is ruled offside. Lots to chat about, and certainly Ailish Forfar and Justin Cuthbert will do that. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.